Friends, we are going to discuss about inverse trigonometric functions, and we will solve some questions on miscellaneous exercise on this chapter. So, as you know that you have to remember some formulae on this chapter so that we can solve the problems in this chapter. Okay, so let us solve first question. Question number 1. Question number 1 says that find the value of cos inverse of cos 13 pi upon 6. This value you have to find. Solution. We know that to find the solution of this question, that means find the value of the question of this cos inverse cos of 13 pi by 6, we have to find the principal value of cos inverse. Then we know that cos inverse of x, cos inverse of cos x is equal to x. This is the formula, and x must be the element of interval 0 pi, closed interval 0 pi. That means the value of x must be in between this. Now we are having this value. We know that if you get the value of this, you will get the value 13 pi upon 6, which is beyond this limit. So what we have to do, that cos of 13 pi upon 6 can be written as cos 2 pi plus pi upon 6. That will be equal to cos pi upon 6. By the formula, you know, previous formula. Now you can use this. Pi by 6 is in between this range. So we can write now that cos inverse of cos 13 pi upon 6 is equal to cos inverse of cos pi by 6 means pi by 6. This is the answer. Now second question. Let us solve second question. Question number 2. Question number 2 says that find the value of tan inverse tan 7 pi by 6. Solution. Here also the same process. We know that the tan inverse of tan 7 pi by tan x is equal to x. where x must be the element of minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Open interval means excluding pi by 2, minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Here we know that if we take the value of, in the same manner, value of this, it comes 7 pi upon 6. 7 pi upon 6 is beyond these limits. Means it is greater than this value. Because if you break the this fraction, it will give 1 pi plus pi by 6. So that means it is greater than this. So now we have to reduce it to its original form. Now tan 7 pi by 6 can be written as tan pi plus pi upon 6. That can be written as tan pi by 6. This pi by 6 value is in between these two values. So we can write now. So tan inverse tan 7 pi upon 6 is equal to tan inverse tan pi upon 6 is equal to pi upon 6. This is also answer. This is the answer of this. This is an answer of this question. Okay. Now, question number third. Question number 3. Third question. Question number 3 is to prove that 2 sine inverse 5 upon 3 is equal to tan inverse 24 by 7. 24 divided by 7. Okay. Now, how to solve it? Here is sine inverse. We have to bring it to tan inverse. So, from this we have to go to tan. From sine inverse we have to go to tan inverse. Then what to do? Let us take let sine inverse x, sine inverse 5 upon 3, sine inverse 3 upon 5, actually, sorry, 3 upon 5 should be there. Sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to x. Sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to x. We have taken like this. Then what will be there? Next step. Then sine x is equal to 3 upon 5. We have got the value of sine. Then you will get the value of cos also, cos x also in this process. How do you get? You will get cos x is equal to root over 1 minus sine square 3 upon sine square, okay, sine square x, like this. Okay, now you can proceed like this. Then 1 minus this one is sine x, then 3 upon 5 square, then it will come 25 minus 9 upon 25. If you solve it, it will give how much? 16 upon 25 root over, and it will give 4 upon 5. That means cos x is equal to 4 upon 5. Now we have to get tan, because we are going to get tan itself. Then what will there? Then tan x is equal to 4 upon sine x upon cos x, that is 3 upon 5 upon 4 upon 5. They are cancelled, so 3 upon 4. Now we have got tan x. Now we are going towards that. Then we can write here that sine inverse 3 upon 5, so sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to, here again we will take sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to x. Here you can do one more step. X is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4. That means from this you have got x is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4. Here sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to x. You have taken. Then x, here you are getting tan inverse 3 upon 4. So you can write is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4. Then twice of sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to twice of tan inverse 3 upon 4. For this you have got a formula in this chapter, inverse trigonometric function. You have got some formula on this. What is that formula? That is tan inverse 2 into 3 upon 4 upon 1 minus 3 upon 4 whole square. Formula is 2 tan inverse x is equal to 2 x upon 1 minus x square. This is the formula, and on that basis we are getting this. Then what will happen? It will give you this 2 is a 4, and now it is tan inverse 3 upon 2. It will give like this, 16 minus 9 upon 4. Then this will give tan inverse 3 upon 2 into 4 upon like that 16 upon 7. 16 here you can write 16 upon 7. Then all will be deducted like this. So then it will be 8. Then it gives the result tan inverse 24 upon 7. Tan inverse 24 upon 7. That is, we are getting the result of RHS. Here we can say LHS. Then we have got LHS is equal to RHS. We have got the result. Okay then. So then we are going to solve the fourth question. Fourth question says that again prove that. It is also the question for proving some relation. Okay. So let us do this question also. Question number 4. It gives sine inverse 8 upon 17 plus sine inverse 3 upon 5 should come tan inverse 77 upon 36. It should come like this. What to do? We have got one path that all the sine inverse will be or should be converted to tan or tan inverse. By converting to tan inverse, we have got some formula on tan, so easily we get the result. Then let us proceed. Let sine inverse 8 upon 17 is equal to x. Then what will happen? Then sine x is equal to 8 upon 17. 8 upon 17. Then you can get easily here. Then cos x is equal to 1 minus 8 upon 17 whole square. Okay? Then what will happen? Then proceed like this. You will get 289 minus 64 upon 289. You will get 225 upon 289. You will get 15 upon 70. Then cos x is equal to 15 upon 70. Okay. Now then tan x is equal to what will be value of the tan x? Tan x will be sin x upon cos x, that is 8 upon 17 upon 15 upon 17. That will be equal to 8 upon 15. This is tan x. Okay. Now here you can proceed one step more. Then x is equal to tan inverse 8 upon 15. This value you will have to use if it is whenever it is needed. Now again let, for second term, again let sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to y. Then what will happen, my dear friends? It will be sine y is equal to 3 upon 5. Okay? Then cos y is equal to 1 minus, sine square y. Yeah, this is the formula. You have to use it. Then 1 minus 3 upon 5 whole square. You will get here, you will get 25 minus 9 upon 25. Then you will get, 4 upon 5 by calculations. Do yourself. Then here again, then tan y. Then tan y is equal to, what will be the result? Tan y will be is equal to sine y upon cos y. You must remember, you have to remember this one. And I think you might have remembered all these things. These very silly things. Okay. Then 3 upon 5 upon 4 upon 5. What will happen? It will give 3 upon 4. That means tan y is equal to 3 upon 4. Again, one more step you can proceed. You should proceed that tan inverse 3 upon 4 is equal to y. As here you have got, here also you have got. And y is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4. Now let us do x plus y. What will happen? X you have got this, and y you have got this. That means sine inverse. Now x plus y is equal to sine inverse 3 upon 5 plus sine inverse 8 upon 17. 8 upon 17 plus sine inverse 3 upon 5 is equal to x and y you have got this way also, in other way also. So now in the terms of tan, then you will use in the terms of tan. That is equal to tan inverse 8 upon 15 plus tan inverse 3 upon 4. This thing you have got, and you have got the formula for this relation. What is that formula? That is tan inverse 8 upon 15 plus tan inverse plus 3 upon 4 upon 1 minus 8 upon 15 into 3 upon 4. These things are. What is the formula for this? You know the formula. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus x into y. This formula I have used here. Now calculate it. After calculations, what will happen? Then calculate it. Tan inverse, here it will give 15 for the 60, and here it will be 32. Here it will come plus 45 upon, it will give 60 minus 24 upon 60. Now these two 60s will be cancelled out. Then it will give the result as tan inverse 77 upon 36. This is equal to RHS, proved. Now you can take, should have taken here LHS is equal to RHS. So matter is proved. Okay. Dear friends, now next question. Let us do next question. I mean fifth question. So if this type of questions we have to solve, in the taking in the mind that sine and cos must be converted to tan. Sometimes directly also there are formula directly also you can solve, but it is easy to do like this, that convert it to tan inverse, and we have got the formula for tan and use it and then get the result. Now fifth question. Let us do fifth question. Question number 5. Question number 5 says that prove that. Here also you have to prove that cos inverse 4 upon 5 plus cos inverse 12 upon 13 is equal to cos inverse 33 upon 65. This is the question. Here cos, here cos, here cos. Then you need not go to the tan. By cos also you can get this, solve this solution. If there was any tan in this, then you must go to tan for easy process and easy solution. Now cos inverse, both sides have coses. So let us do the same process. Let cos inverse 4 upon 5 is equal to x. Okay. Then what will happen? Then cos x is equal to 4 upon 5. Then what will happen? Then sin x, now we have got sin because cos you are getting, so sin is needed, so you will get sin. Sin x is equal to root over 1 minus cos square x. It will give 1 minus 4 square, common you can take 4 upon 5 whole square. It is better to take common. Now it gives the result. Okay, it gives the result 3 upon 5. If you do the calculation, simple calculation, then you will get this thing. 25 minus 16, it will give 9, root 9 is equal to 3, and root 225 is equal to 5. So we are getting the result sin x. Now, okay, now again let cos inverse 12 upon 30 is equal to y, because x you have taken, so y. Then cos of y is equal to 12 upon 30. Then again get sin y is equal to 1 minus sin square y, sorry, cos square y. Sin you have to get, so cos square y. Cos square y. Again proceed the same manner. 1 minus 12 upon 13 whole square. Then what do you get? You are getting 169 minus 144 upon 169. It gives the result 5 upon 13. Okay. Now you have got sine and cos both here of this stage. Okay. Now you can directly proceed in this manner. You know that cos of x plus y is equal to how much? Cos x cos y